Welcome to New South Wales Ants. Today I'm going to be needing your help. I'm going to be showing you all the nests I have, and I need help picking one for Scarlet. She's starting to get to a size that is big enough to hold an outworld, so let's check her out. She has lots of larvae. She has 7 ants. It looks like she has 7 cocoons. So it's going to be 14 ants she's going to have all up really soon. And I think that's a little pile of eggs I see underneath her as well. So it looks like we've got some plump repletes as well. Look how big their gasters are. But Scarlet's doing really well, and I think she's going to have another generation of cocoons before she goes into hibernation for winter. She still has a long way to go, but it's better to be prepared and ready for when she is ready to move. So she's got these larvae. Looks like that larvae is just hatched right there. And then she has something that looks to be like a big pile of eggs underneath. So that's going to be her last batch of eggs, I reckon, for this summer. So she's doing really well, and I have to get a nest ready for her for next year. So moving on. First nest, we have this beautiful Gypsum Nest. It's got a red cover to block from sun rays. It's made of glass on the top. This is the one that I had delivered. This is the Gypsum Nest that I tried to get delivered, and it came broken and I was devastated. So I got it re-delivered, and this is it. It's got really beautiful features. The only problem is that it's only got 10mm holes. It has a fairly spacious outworld, but the nest is great for accommodating Camponotus sort of species. But we do have the damaged one that we received as well. I tried to super glue that and save it. It was missing a whole chip off the very top, and it had a massive crack in the side. But I have to admit they were very cooperative with sending out another one. And this was from that shopping app, and it was from Pet Talk. But it's a pretty good outworld. It's pretty simple. It's got a rock and a little bit of grass for decoration, something good for a desert sort of ant. So I was hoping to put maybe a Camponotus species in here, but because it's the nest size, it would have to be a pretty mature colony. On the side here, it has a dispenser for waste and whatnot. Well, that's what it's meant for. Ants will come up with something. But along the back here, we have a water dispenser, and it's just easily taken off with magnets, just like the waste dispenser. The only downfall is that it has got 10mm holes for such a massive nest. But now it is time for me to show you my ultimate nest. Only downside again is this one has 10mm holes. I was really hoping to put a good species of ant like Camponotus in here. It has a very simple design for the outworld. I really like the fact how they can run out the top of the nest. This concrete nest also comes with a red cover to stop the sun rays. But it's got something really special inside, if you can see those 3 things in each of the sections. It has a glass cover magnetically attached on the front, but does anyone know what those things are at the very back? I got so excited when I first found this nest. Can you guys guess what these little things do inside the nest? They light up! Let me know in the comments down below what species I should put in this light up nest. With such great lighting inside of a nest, I'll be able to get some great captures with my video camera. This is going to be so cool, guys. Let me know. Because it has such small entry holes, I was thinking about getting the golden-tailed Camponotus. in Australia. They're a very smaller species to the giant sugar ant, because that one also has got kind of like the same colors, but they're real big and they're more rare and more expensive. They're probably about $160. I also have to show you guys something that I stumbled across. Remember in one of my last episodes where we had a little Rhythmic Ant running around because she broke free from the nest and we didn't know where it was from? Well, I found it. So it was around the nest area. It took me a long time to figure out where it was coming from. I was thinking this nest was too good to be true. It was good, I guess, that I put a rather not so mature colony in there first, because I was able to test it out. And yeah, I was wondering why her colony was not growing and I was getting random ants running around my ant area. So upon looking for like God knows how long, I found out that they were coming through this little crack in between the nest and the outworld. So I've blocked it up with paper, and I'm sliding this blue bit of plastic, and I'll bend it a little bit just to show you what it looks like. So as I'm bending it, or try not to break it too hard, you can see where it opens up like a few millimeters. So having all these problems with the nest that I'm buying, I've started building my own. So right here I have one of my first nests that I've been building. So I've just carved all this out and cut up an old outworld that fell apart. I'm using Y-tong or AAC for the block that I carved it with. Then I've got just a simple sponge and then some acrylic from an acrylic outworld. It's got a big compartment with moisture, and it's got two little compartments with no moisture. On the side, I've also placed a vertical acrylic layer so we can look at the ants as they go up and down the entrance of their hole. Let me know in the comments if I've gone too overboard with this nest. Alright guys, inside the nest it's still a bit rough. I've got to sand it down and make it a bit more smoother. I've only just cut it out that I drew up the design for, and now I've got to smooth it out, maybe cut around the edges and paint it. But they got their top tunnel here. I thought that was a pretty cool little ad. Then they have their rather large tunnel at the bottom, which they'll probably use for their main entrance. So the bottom part I've had is just some big spiral opening that they can just run through, and the top part has got a kind of a double layer sort of thing with like a little pillar coming down or forming. And they both have holes, the top one and the bottom one, that go into both sections of the other hydrated area. Also, I did do a boo-boo with the screwdriver and I missed and I chipped a bit onto this side. So we've got a double layer on the bottom, and also we've got a kind of like a double layer compartment that circles the water a little bit so they can get extra hydration. I've made this nest very spacious because I was hoping to put possibly a bull ant species, so a Myrmicea species in here. Let me know what you guys think. So these are all of the nests that I have accumulated over the years. The first introduction goes to my homemade nest that I've recently made out of Y-tong. I legit paid only $10 for that Y-tong, and I recycled an old outworld. But moving on to the light up nest, I paid $200 for this nest, and it's made of concrete. Then we have my most expensive nest, the Gypsum Nest, which I paid over $300 for. Let me know in the comments which nest you guys like the most. Next, we're moving on to our Aus Ants acrylic nest, which is only $150. After that, I'm going to show you our $40 nest, which is not the most escape proof nest. Then after that, we have more of a bigger species sort of nest, which this is the bull ant stacker den, more used for Myrmecia sort of species. Is it Myrmecia or Myrmecia? How do you pronounce it? The Antscanada Camponotus large nest. This nest says it's $53, but just remember, if you're Australian like me, it's $82 because it's all set in American money. So that is all my nest. If you want to know what outworlds I have, let me know, because I think I'm going to be rebuying this one again. This is a D.I.Y outworld from Ant Shop Australia, $70. So let me know in the comments which ants you want to see in which nests, especially that light up one, guys. And should I be getting a bull ant nest to go inside my homemade nest that's really big and I made it for them? Let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you guys in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you subscribe so you can see the progression of my nest in the shorts. To be continued.